ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। गीतामृतदुहे नमः। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तन्न विदुः सुरासुरगणाः। देवाय तस्मै नमः। देवाय तस्मै नमः। ॐ श्रीकृष्ण परमात्मने नमः। नियतं कुरु कर्म त्वं नियतं कुरु कर्म त्वं कर्मज्यायो ह्यकर्मणः कर्मज्यायो ह्यकर्मणः शरीरयात्रापि च ते शरीरयात्रापि च ते न प्रसिद्ध्येद कर्मणः न प्रसिद्ध्येद कर्मणः. So in the 8th shloka of the 3rd chapter Karma Yoga, Bhagavan Krishna clearly tells Arjuna Niyatam Kuru Karmatvam, and he comes to this Niyatam Kuru Karmatvam after giving very clearly two justifications that you cannot sit without doing any work. Work is a must. Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatu tishtatya karma krati karyate hi avashah karmaha. Okay. And he says, by not doing work, you are not going to get moksha. Neither by doing sannyasa, by giving up work, akarmana mokshaha nasti, sannyaseva mokshaha nasti. So the only option is do your karma, for which in this 8th shloka he started with niyatam kuru karmatvam, and to understand niyata karma we went into the karma theory. And as we have seen the Shastras, the Shruti has talked about 5 karmas: Nishiddha karma, Prayashchitta karma, Kamya karma, Naimittika karma, Nitya karma. Out of which Tamoguna pradhana is Nishiddha karma. Rajoguna pradhana is Kamya karma and Prayashchitta karma. Sattva-guna pradhana is Nitya karma, Naimittika karma. So this five we have already seen: duties or karma which should not be done, adharmika karma or nishiddha karma. When there is a repentance that I want to stop doing that nishiddha karma for whatever reason, I want to do a prayashchitta, I want to clean up myself, reboot myself, I do the prayashchitta karma. But doing Nishiddha karma, again Prayashchitta karma, again Nishiddha karma, again Prayashchitta karma is absolutely useless. It is self-fooling. Okay. So, don't do that. Then comes to, that only says I'm insensitive of what I'm doing. Then it comes to Kamya karma. Kamya karma is Dharmika karma, which legitimately, morally is allowed for everyone, based on their varna ashrama, whatever has been told, and you do that. With that, you benefit and you have internal growth for yourself. But it comes with three things: bandhakatvam, atraptikaratvam, dukkha mishritatvam. Material desires will get satisfied, psychological desires, emotional desires will get satisfied, but binding will be there. Then Nitya Naimittika karma, these are the karmas which are Satvikam karma, where there won't be a binding, because this is not a Kamya karma for oneself, but it is for Chitta Shuddhi. Nitya karma, regular karmas which we do, which may come periodically, daily, multiple times in a day, seasonally, but it comes very regularly and periodically. Naimittika karma, they are occasional karmas and they are duties. Now, Nitya Naimittika karma are duties, not just karmas, duties you have to do it. Here there is no question of I like it or I don't like it. Here you don't have a question of choice. There is no choice. You either do it or you don't do it. If you do it, it will benefit you and others. If you don't do it, you will acquire pratyavaya papa or a papa of omission. If you omit it, you will get a papa. If you do it, you are not going to get punya. If you do it, you will not get punya. Taking care of children, taking care of old parents, by paying your tax, no, you are not going to get any punya. But if you don't do it, then you had it. You are going to be reprimanded for it. Following the traffic rules. If you do it, no one is going to give you a certificate. But if you don't do it, either camera, police, someone will be there to reprimand you. Right? So these are called niyata karma. And here the question of one's choice does not come. One's choice doesn't come at all. There is no place for choice. The faster we accept that we have to do it, the better it is, because that will only give chitta shuddhi. The word of acceptance itself is reducing the individuality and submitting to whatever is the law given by Ishvara. Ishvara puja is, when I say I like someone, I love someone, what do? We do things that pleases that person. We do things what that person likes. So if you are saying that I am doing Ishvara puja and not doing Nitya Naimittika karma, that puja is useless. Why? The child is hungry, The child is asking for food, you are buying a toy and giving. It is not going to satisfy the hunger. So the basic thing is, if you like Ishvara, if you love Ishvara, if you have bhakti for Ishvara, if you have Shraddha for Ishvara, you will have Shraddha to Shastra and you will follow it, because Shastra is nothing other than voice of Ishvara. Shastras are nothing other than voice of Ishvara. Whether it is applicable to me, whether I understand it, how to modify it to make it suitable to me, all these are personal views. But if you follow it, you are in line with Dharma. If you don't follow it, you are adharmika and you will get pratyavaya papa. Now, in Nitya Naimittika Karma, there are a lot of things which have been told, and it is very complex. You need Panktam. You know what is Panktam? Panktam is required in most of this. Panktam is five things are required. Yajamana, Patni, Putraha, Devavit, Manushyavit. So there are lot of eligibility criteria. Resources are required, time is required, money is required, people are required, items are required. You need to have known people who are knowledgeable about it. So many requirements are there. So you can't do it by yourself. And hence, there is another thing which the Shastra tells. It is a, we'll put it this way, that it is a miniature version of it if understood in the right way. For example, if I have to give you a similar example, when a person dies, we do 12, 13 days karma, apara karma. Teravita, you do. Different people have different prathas, they will follow it, whatever, but it is a common, very clearly known among the Hindus that up to 13 days there are some vidhis. Some may start from first day, some may start from the 12th day, whatever. But for 13 days, some vidhi is there, and after that, yes, things get over. So the basic karmas are over. Now, this 13 days is a miniature of 1 year. 1 day equal to 1 month. That is how the logic is. Why? Because the karta may not survive for a year. The problem is, if the karta doesn't survive for a year, maybe in 6 months or so, the person passes away who is doing the karma, then the karma will get stopped. And hence, the Shastra said, do one thing, as though completion of 1 year, you complete the 12 days. And completion of 1 year, you do Navagraha Shanti or whatever on the 13th day. But by doing that, you cannot say, I've already done that, so I don't have to do the monthly karmas. No, that exceptions are not given. एक का ऊपर एक ज्यादा किया तो चलेगा, लेकिन monthly karma is a must. Please understand this. So we cannot see, as you say, that you go to the, when you're playing cricket and you're injured, the batsman is injured, you can have another person to run for you. That is acceptable. That is what the law in cricket, the rules in cricket is giving you a exoliat there. They are giving certain exceptions, they are giving certain ease of continuing. But if you say that no, I will never be out, but I am injured, so you cannot declare me out, but I will not play also, that is not acceptable. So the rules of the game are very clear. Whatever you have to do, you have to do. In case you want to reduce it, there are provisions given. Reduce it, make it simpler, and that is how this Pancha Mahayajnas are. The Nitya Naimittika karma are specific, Vishesha karmas, very, very specific SOPs. Pancha Mahayajnas are generalized one of this Nitya Naimittika Karma, which have been classified as five. Are you able to get this? So even if you do Panchamahayajna, and if there are opportunities to do Nitya Naimittika Karma, 100% you have to do. But if you are not able to do Nitya Naimittika Karma, for whatever reason, today in our situation, there is hardly anyone who does every day's Nitya Naimittika Karma. Hardly any. Because you need a one full room for only Agni. In 1 BHK, 2 BHK, if you give one for Agni, then we should be in the neighbor's house only. Not possible. So let's be clear. Hence, we compromise, the Shastra compromises. And that is why it says this is the best. If you can't do the best, okay, you at least settle for something better, lower than that, but do not drop it. Dropping it is not acceptable. Okay. So this Panchamahayajnas are generalized, easier versions of Nitya Naimittika Karma. And what are they? Last time I had told Panchava Ete Mahayajnaha. So it starts with Deva Yajna, Pitru Yajna, Rishi Yajna, okay, Manushya Yajna, and Bhuta Yajna. And this is what we will see today what it is. Okay. Now, first one is Deva Yajna. One minute, huh? Yeah. यदग्नौ जुहोत्यपि समिद्धं तदेव यज्ञः तद्देव यज्ञः संतिष्ठति. Now, as the Shastras are itself telling, it's very simple. Yad agnau juhoti api samidham. So when you do ahuti of samida in the fire for the devatas, that is called deva yajna. Agnaye swaha, Agnaya idan namama, Indraya swaha, Indraya idan namama. Okay. Now, when the Shastras are talking like this, when I say Shastra, it is Shruti. We have to understand, Shrutis did not have Shiva, Vishnu, Brahma and all. In Shruti, Agni, Indra, Varuna, Marut, Soma, Rudra, Prajapati, that is a totally different way of, because each of them have got their own jobs to do. Okay. When you come from the Shruti to the Pauranic, in Puranas, the whole thing got converted to Shiva, Vishnu, Indra. Indra got converted to Vishnu. Indra got converted to Vishnu in Puranas. Okay. Rudra got converted to Shiva in Puranas. Prajapati got converted to Brahmaji in Puranas. Okay. So Shivaya Swaha, Shivaya Idanamo, you will never see. Rudraya Swaha, Rudraya Idanamo will be. And there the Rudras have got different job. Rodayati iti Rudraha. Rudam Dravayati iti Rudraha. The meanings are different. That is why when we go to the Upanishads, this 33 Koti Devatas, in that Ekadasha Rudras will come. 11 Rudras will come. Okay. So don't go by just the word meaning what we know about Rudra means Shiva. No. Shiva is different, Rudra is different, because Shiva belongs to the Pauranic. Rudra is the one which is there in the Shruti. Now you will ask why all this you are saying. Yes. Because we then will understand why such a Deva Yajnam is required. What is Deva Yajnam? Devatas are people who have got portfolio. They are the people who have got portfolios. And they give us various things. not only to microcosm, they also give it to the macrocosm. And that is how both microcosm and macrocosm are able to live in union. Are you able to understand? It is, if devatas were not there, this would not have been there. It is like saying, I have a program, I have an app. So if me, the person who has to use, if you give the program, I can't do anything. But if you give me an app, I know I can do something to get some benefit. So the devatas are taking that program which is inbuilt from Parameshti, Brahman, and giving it to us and the cosmos. So when someone gives you something, you have to be thankful to that person. But you'll say, no one came and gave me anything. Which, who gave me something? You are telling, so why should we accept it? When the neighbor comes and gives a piece of cake, I understand they have come and given cake. If someone comes and gives me something to me, I understand they have given. Where are these devatas? I can't see. What have they given? I don't know. Why should I be thankful? It is another thing. All my parents, grandparents, they were saying, Bhagwan ko namaskar karo devata. ठीक है, मैं भी कर रहा हूँ, ठीक है. Half-heartedly, I am doing something. And this is where the Shastras clarify. प्रजनने ब्रह्मा तिष्ठतु पादयोर्विष्णुस्तिष्ठतु हस्तयोर्हरस्तिष्ठतु बाह्वोरिन्द्रस्तिष्ठतु. Each person from their portfolio has given Shakti to all this for it to work. जठरे अग्निस्तिष्ठतु. Okay, एक दिन पॉटी नहीं गया तो that time you will understand what that devata is. Correct? एक दिन acidity आया तो that time you will understand what that devata is. So if all my systems are working properly, if all my abilities are working properly, my indriyas are working properly, my jnanendriyas, my karmendriya, buddhi, and everything, all these are given to me by the devata, a portion of their ability for me to utilize and for me to upgrade myself. And they are not giving only to me, they are giving to all the animals, all the plants, every living being they are giving. Not only that, these five Pancha Mahabhutas together is becoming the Srishti itself. Elements, elementals, and from there the whole Srishti Panchikaranam we have seen. Aren't they all Devatas? Marut Devatas are there. Correct? Up Devatas, Prithvi Devata. So all these Devatas are continuously giving, they have given a good setup for me to come. Imagine no setup and I come. How difficult it will be. Suppose the setup is there and I come without abilities. I have a mouth, I can't speak. I have a ear, but I can't hear. I have an eyes, I can't see. I am paralytic, my hands cannot move. Just imagine. When all these are available freely, or if you feel that it is available because of your intelligence, or I have earned it, एक छोटा सा प्रॉब्लम आया ना, all devatas you remember that. छोटा सा, little, somewhere one small prick, enough. Oh God, शुरू वहां से चालू हो जाता है. Why do you ask call for God at that time? What did He give you? In fact, you should say, oh God, why did you give me this prick? Exactly. So, devatas are the people who are giving you everything so that you understand and then everything goes ahead. If you are able to understand what I'm talking now, you have to be thankful to the devatas. Adi Daivika Shakti, Adi Bhautika Shakti. They are all working. Adhyatmika Shakti will work there. And when all the three are working, I am a full-fledged, completely matured, full-blown, someone called as human being with intellect. Okay, shouldn't I tell them thanks? Without asking, they are giving. Did anyone ask? Give me strength to my hand, give me. We are not asked, but still they are giving. So shouldn't I be thankful? Or if I don't thank them, am I not being, what do you call it? Is what is the word for it? That being
Ungrateful.
ungrateful, exactly. I'm not worthy living. Am I not an ungrateful person? Okay, and hence Deva Yajna has to be done. Now, what is Deva Yajna? They are saying Agnihi Samidaha Hutva. So, if you put Samidaha or any of the fuel, because Agni is supposed to be the carrier of all this to the respective, and Agni is called Jata Vedas. He knows everyone who has come till now and who are there now. Jata Vedas he is called. And that is why if you give it to him, he's a perfect courier. He will take his portion first and then give the balance. That is why when we do any homa, first is Agni Samskara you have to do. You have to first give Agni his portion, which is called the courier charges. Then he will be ready. Then in that particular courier, you have to give the address properly. Correct? That address very clearly. The moment you tell the address, he knows how to go. He doesn't require a Google map or anything. He knows how to go. But to whom it has to go, at least you have to tell. Okay. Then what needs to go? The packet needs to have a content, right? And that is the mantra. The mantra, which is then chanted along with the Samida, Havis, Ajya, whatever you put into the Agni, that is the one which is going to that Devata. And not only that, it's a very important thing in our system. If you give, you have to give and then very clearly say, how we do, you take this 5 rupees, you take this 10 rupees. Huh? We give children money, keep this 100 rupees. Huh? After that, what do we do? Keep it carefully. Do not buy that and this. And after coming back, how much did you spend? Where did you spend? Give me an account. That doesn't work. एक बार दे दिया ना मामा, not mine. The ownership has got transferred. You have no right to ask what happened with it. Na mama, not mine now. And this attitude of na mama in a Deva Yajna, automatically, whenever you do, it's a very simple way. Try this. Anything you have done for anyone, just do it and mentally you say, na mama. I disassociate with it now. Over. I had to do, I have done over. Now I disassociate. Now, whatever happens in front of me, whatever happens about that, I should not bother. It is like, that one, there was a WhatsApp message. There were 4 brothers and a father. They had a house. It was an old house. And that वो थोड़ा अच्छा मसाला सब डाल के बड़ा किया था उन लोग ने. So they wanted to sell. Good returns to bad rubbish बेच देने का था. There was some problem in it, so they tried to sell it. Fortunately, one of the boys could get it sold. So they were happy. But before the agreement happened, there was a fire in the house. So they were sad. The buyer said that, no, you have anyway committed to me. Now it is my house. Even if it is burnt, don't worry, I will take it. So they became happy again. So, like that, you just understand what is happening with every situation. I associate, I disassociate. I associate, I disassociate. It won't work. Then I'm dwindling like a pendulum. समझ में आ रहा है? Correct? So, very clearly, once you have given it, the giving up is from here, not from the material. If there is a cloth on the shop and you see it, you say, wow, it is very good. I want it. But by that time, you see that it is torn. Will you feel bad for it? Suppose you buy it and then you have gone from Mumbai to Bangalore already, and there at home you have opened it and you see it is now torn. What happens? The cloth being torn is the same. Huh? The ownership decides the value of it. Are you able to get this? The moment we have that ownership, we are troubled. If that ownership is not there, we are not troubled. So in a Deva Yajna, you have to give up that ownership, and that is called Deva Yajna. Na mama. Are we clear? Okay. Which means, having given that, nothing should be there what I'm going to get back. Na mama. It may come back to me, it may not come back to me, I don't know. But he being the, all banks ka RBI is Devata. For check clearance, it has to go to RBI. After that, he will decide where to distribute it. It may not come back to your account. It may go somewhere else. But be happy it is used. So don't bother about it. Ek bar gaya, not to think about it. That is Deva Yajna. Are we clear? Now, should we do it? Yes, I think I'm not so ungrateful, so at least I have to tell thanks. Sath mein I will also add little of that Kamya Karma. I will call it Deva Yajna, but I will add some Kamya Karma and say, Bhagavan, thank you for everything. ऐसा ही कृपा दृष्टि मेरे ऊपर रखना. समझ में आ रहा है? भगवान थैंक यू फॉर एवरीथिंग, ऐसे ही कृपा दृष्टि रखना. And we never realize what we have done. Na? That Nitya Naimittika karma called Deva Yajna, you have got converted into Kamya Yajna. It becomes Kamya Karma. For people who understand little Sanskrit and little of rituals, little of puja, you will appreciate this. We take Sankalpa. Mamopata Samasta Durita Kshayadwara Shri Parameshwara Prityartham. Everything actually decides after that, whether it's a full stop or a semicolon. If you make it a full stop, it becomes Deva Yajna. If you make a semicolon, it becomes Kamya Karma. Mama Upata Samasta Durita Kshaya Dwara, by cleaning me, Durita Kshaya Dwara, Parameshwara Prityartham. Let me satisfy the Lord. Parameshwara Prityartham. That's all. And that itself is a sankalpa where you can put a full stop there. Simply say what I am going to do. Parameshwara Prityartham Bhagavad Gita Jnana Yajnam Karishye. Over. Suppose I say Mamopata Samasta Durita Kshayadwara Shri Parameshwara Preetyartham. Let more students come. Let all of them say very good, sir, very nice. You are teaching like this teacher I have not heard about, and let them all become very wise. Gone. It has become my Kamya Karma now. Do you understand? So what you are putting full stop or a semicolon, that makes a big difference. Or a sorry, comma, it makes a big difference. Okay. Dhanyam dhanam pashum bahuputra labam shatasam vatsaram dirghamayuhu. And the worst is what you know. इतना बेशरम हमारे जैसा कोई नहीं देखा रहेगा. We will go to the temple. Then we will look at that menu card for Archana. Then the lowest one we will select. 11 रुपया का. And that person, he is happy कि कोई एक तो आया 11 रुपया वाला आज. उसके पास टाइम ही टाइम रहेगा. अभी 11 रुपया becomes an investment. So I need to get returns. So he will ask, please give name and nakshatra. And like shamelessly, like a Hanuman's tale, not only ours, others, friends, neighbors, सबका नाम देके 1 minute wait, I will call and ask, what is your nakshatra? हाँ वो भी डालो 11 रुपया में. Are you doing a puja or are you doing a kamya karma? This is where we have to introspect and ask, what is my sankalpa? Why am I doing it? And when you do it that way, then only it becomes a deva yajna. Otherwise, it becomes my kamya karma. Are we clear? With small examples. Correct? You all do it. So we need to know where to put a full stop. Say na mama over. Na mama. And use this as a habit. Any small thing. I've completed this job. Na mama. Mentally tell to yourself. Na mama. So automatically, instead of telling Rama Rama, you are telling Namama Namama. That is equivalent to Rama Rama. If you are doing 1,000 jobs in a day and 1,000 Namama, it is Sahasranama of Namama. Namama Sahasranama. The more we do it, the more we are out of Kamya Karma. That itself becomes Deva Yajna. Yadyat karomi akhilam tattat Shambho tava aradhanam. Whatever I do, Shambho tava aradhanam. Let me do it like it is your aradhana. Na mama. Yadyat karomi. Whatever I am doing. It may be even if I am a butcher and I am doing that job, Shambho tava aradhanam. That attitude when I do it, na mama, you will have no problem at all. Are we able to get this? Because karma yoga is the karma and the attitude. Both have to get now joined. Okay? And that attitude only comes in our mouth as, what is my sankalpa? Be careful on that. Okay. So first is Deva Yajna. Now that I have got a setup, I have got a microcosm, I have got a macrocosm, everything is working perfectly fine and I am enjoying being in this particular world. Then the question comes, who was instrumental for me to come to this world? And that is called Pitru Rinam. Pitru Rinam doesn't mean parents. It means all my ancestors, if they had thought, they would not continue and propagate further, would I have seen this day today? The fact that I'm seeing this day is because they decided that they would continue that generation ahead. And so, they being the cause, I'm the product. And if I'm the product has to completely submit and be thankful to the cause. Is it right? Which is called Pitri Yajna. Now, what is Pitri Yajna? Again, you have two aspects to it. So now we are referring to all those, I do not know. I may know maximum 3 or 4 or 5 generation. I would have seen some picture of my great great grandfather over grandmother. Before that, I don't know. But because I don't know, can I say that they were not there? The fact was they were there. They were good people, bad people. I have no idea of anything and I need not know. But I know for sure one fact, because of them, I am in this world today. So I need to thank them. And this is called Pitri Yajna. How is Pitri Yajna done? Pitri Yajna is done by Shraddha, Tarpana. Okay. Now, there are very specific ways to do the Pitri Yajna. And today, because we are not exposed to the Shastras, and whatever someone who comes occasionally to the house called a Pandit or a Bhadji, he exposes something. And obviously, we really do not know what he does because we don't see anything which is visibly benefiting me. Correct? Because whatever is going to come is going to be as karma phala comes how? Punya and Papa is adrishta. They are not drishta phalas. Because they are adrishta, I always doubt on its efficacy. So then what do? I try to apply my logic and go towards which seemingly looks this is correct. I understand something. This should be okay. Okay. Means what has happened? I have become a judge to decide for myself what is good and what is bad on certain aspects which I do not know. I will give you a small situation. We are not doctors, but I know I have an ailment, and I know there are about 15 tablets at home. So all the 15 are kept. What should I do? I should not bother about the 15 tablet. I should go to a doctor who knows, and then the doctor may prescribe the 16 tablet or one among the 15, and then I should take it and I should submit to the doctor and do it. Then my ailment will go because the doctor knows to diagnose the ailment. But I don't have faith in this doctor. Why? I don't understand what the doctor does. So what did I do? I have seen something. I have some idea about it. But I don't have full idea. So let me take available medicine based on which I like the taste or the color or whatever appeals to me, or this has worked 2 years back. I simply take it. Will it work? Will it do good or will it do harm? Please understand, not going to the doctor is the problem here. Why? I don't want to submit to the doctor. Where is the problem? It is not the ailment. I am not ready to submit to a person who knows about it. Now the question will come, how do I know whether that person knows about it? Then do inquiry with people. Who is the person? Or you learn yourself. Do something about that. But choosing by yourself, can it be an option? It can never solve the problem. Why am I saying this? Especially with Pitri Yajna, this is what has happened. People have taken the convenient way, which they feel logically is right, and they have started calling it Pitri Yajna. They have started calling it Pitri Yajna. One step ahead, someone goes. He says, I have no faith on these people. I don't know what they are saying, what it is. I believe it is better to go and on that day give it to orphanage, give it to old people. At least I can see the utility. Now, what has happened? I am so buddhu that I do not value adrishta. I am looking for drishtapalam, and what logically looks to me as drishtapalam, I run and conveniently call it Pitriyajna. Are we able to understand this? It's a sensitive topic I'm touching, but we have to be knowledgeable about that. Pitriyajna is Pitriyajna. What you have to do at that time is what you have to do. Why? None of the Panchamaha Yajnas is what it is beyond your likes and dislikes. If you have to do it, you have to do it. Suppose you go to a doctor and someone has got hospitalized. Will you exercise all your choices there? Or will you just listen to what the doctor says? Exactly like that. Pitri Yajna should be that way. If this is how a Shraddha has to be done, this is how the Shraddha has to be done. If this is what the Tarpana needs to be done, it needs to be done that way. No, I don't want to do it. I do something else. And furthermore, I will tell you, please, I'm taking the what do you say? The privilege of being a teacher and telling you all. And it may hurt people, but to call a spade is our job. Especially when there is a death in the house. It could be parents or someone very close by. We start giving logics and justification saying that my mother liked this, so I will do only this. My mother did not want to do this, so I will not do this. My father did not want all this to be done, so I will not do this. This is absolute foolishness. It only shows I am ignorant. Not only that, even my parents were ignorant about the Shastra. If you don't have a choice in what to do in compulsory duties, can your parents guide you and advise you post my period? This is what only you have to do for me. They can do it so far as it is their will of distribution of their property. But the karma for them, they have no choice to even say this is what needs to be done because the Shastra has prescribed it. There is a prescription for it. Where is the question? Either I can do it or I cannot do it. Either I want to do it or I don't want to do it. Be bold to take a decision. I don't want to do it, but don't put it on someone saying that who has gone, saying that no, they didn't want to do it, so I will not do it. Even if they say, I'll put it this way, I'll go one step ahead. They would have been ignorant and they would have looked at things and due to certain reasons, they would have said, I don't want to do it. But if you have the Shraddha and you want to do it, this is the place where you should not follow them. You should follow the Shastra. I know it is because it's here, there is no place for emotions. Actions, SOP, results. Change in the SOP, results not guaranteed. And again, we are talking of niyata karma, nitya naimittika karma, not kamya karma. Pitri yajna is not a kamya karma. So just follow it. You have to reduce this individuality. That is why you are doing it. No, I will do it this way means what? Are you fostering your individuality or are you diluting your individuality? Please, that basic question we have to ask at a point of time. All this only teaches us to submit. Then whether it is right, wrong, doesn't matter. The moment you have submitted, the power of attorney and the owners go to the person who has prescribed it. The moment the patient has submitted and taken whatever the doctor has told, the owners of that is now no more at the patient, it is at the doctor now. But the moment you don't listen to the doctor and you take up the ownership, the doctor will take their hands, they'll wash their hands out. Yes or no? We should know where we have to take the ownership. Here it's a question of not at all taking ownership because here we are giving up ownership. Deva Yajna, Pitri Yajna is submitting, right? Thanking. Do it the way it needs to be done. After all, it is going to be 1 day, 2 day, 5 days in a year. It is not going to be every day. Are we saying that whatever we are doing in the rest of the days in our Vyavahara, everything happens the way we want? We don't let go and give up? Or we understand everything and then only take steps? How many people are putting money in share market knowing everything? Tell me. Correct? So put this money in this share market. This attitude, this time, put it in this share market. That adrishtam will come. Do it in the right way so that you benefit out of it and you become a example for the next generations. No, this is how it has to be done. Over. There is no question about it. There is no choice. It's not a multiple choice question. वो बोलते ना तुमको ये चाहिए कि ये चाहिए टिक मार करो ऐसा कुछ नहीं ये करना है खत्म. Do it, finish it, over. Do it with the right attitude. Do it and finish it. Where is the question of choice? So Pitri Yajna, Deva Yajna and all have to be as per the SOP. Once we have the right attitude, why am I doing it? Then all these become secondary. Only when I'm not sure why am I doing it and it converts into a kamya karma unknowingly by you, then all such questions come. Is this correct? Is this the right way? Will I get the right benefit? Will this parihara happen? My parents wanted it this way. Their choice was this way. उसमें से उनको ये खाना पसंद था. All these are not at all there. None of this has got a place in Shastras. This is what is required, period. And that is why people were following it irrespective of their likes and dislikes. That is why it is still there after 7,000 years in front of us. If everyone did it as per the likes and dislikes, tell me how many things which you have done that your children are following it now in this last 50 years. If we could not sustain things what we have done in last 50 years, because it was choice based, it was not principle based. And if something has come over 7,000 years, it is not choice based, it is principle based. That is why it has tested the time. Think about it. At a point of time, we have to just take a step back and think. Automatically, we'll become humble. We will learn to submit. And once you submit, let it be Deva Yajna, Pitri Yajna, Manushya Yajna, anything, everything will start working. Because in all this, what is given is submission. Chitta Shuddhi is what is being. That is the focus. Then if I have to submit only, then why not in front of this Pandit? Correct? You may exercise your choice to select the right pandit. You may do a homework project. You do all those things what you want. Peer review, rating, सब करो. बट एक बार डिसाइड करके वो जगह पे बैठ गया, then that place has got value, not that person. उसके बाद उसने शीर्षासन करो बोला तो भी करना है. डोंट से लास्ट ईयर हमने नहीं किया था. दैट क्वेश्चन डज नॉट अराइज. ये कर्मा खत्म होने दो, नेक्स्ट कर्मा के लिए इनको बुलाना है कि नहीं, दैट इज अ चॉइस अगेन यू हैव. बट एट दैट प्लेस just follow it because that is what is required. Are we clear? Deva yajna, Pitri yajna, we have no choice. We have absolutely no choice. And we should not have choice. Why? Otherwise, it will lose its purpose. It will lose its purpose. After all this, also in Pitri yajna, for certain places, they give you your choice based on how it happens in your family. Suppose Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra is there is a variation. Those choices are there. Variations के लिए differences are there. Then within Brahmanas itself, if you belong to this particular family, this clan, फिर ऐसा रहेगा. श्रीवत्स गोत्र है तो ऐसा रहेगा. मौदगल्य गोत्र रहेगा तो ऐसा रहेगा. Those things are there. सब होने के बाद, among the 5 cousins, within the family, across the family, there will be difference. And that minor difference is acceptable because it is family related. And the Shastra allows that to happen. Okay. Without knowing any of this, when we do it blindly, it is like that story. One gentleman was there who, after a period of time, decided that I will do Shraddha. He started doing Shraddha for his parents. Initially, he was not doing anything. Suddenly, he decided I will do Shraddha. He started doing. He loved animals. So, he had a pet cat. Now, normally, we know जिनका घर पे pet रहेगा, when such functions are there, the pet has to be carefully kept in a place so that they don't come around this place and mess it up and all. So, उसने खुर्ची पे ये बिल्ली को नीचे रख के उसका ऊपर एक टोकरी रख दिया था ऐसा, that basket you get, so that breathing is possible and the बिल्ली अंदर है and चेयर का नीचे. So every time श्राद्धम comes, सुबह चलो भाई 8 बजे को भटजी आएंगे तो 7 बजे को बिल्ली चेयर का नीचे, टोकरी ऊपर, चेयर कॉर्नर में, एवरीथिंग सेट. ऐसा एक बिल्ली के बाद दूसरा बिल्ली आया. इट कंटिन्यूड फॉर 20 years order. And this son and grandchild is looking at this. One day, this person also went off. So they said, चलो श्राद्ध करना है. By the time बिल्ली also went off. श्राद्ध का लिस्ट में सबसे पहला बिल्ली खरीदो और टोकरी खरीदो. This is something we laugh at it, but when you know little of the Shastra, we see we are all doing that only in our houses. We are not aware of it. That is why we never laugh at ourselves. But a person who knows the Shastras looks at this, he says, perfectly like the billy, it has started in this person's house. Why? Blindly just follow. Yeah, aisa rakho, yeah, aisa karo, without even knowing what it is. Take some time to understand why, what. There are people to teach. And then you will do it with interest. If you do it with interest, the benefit, Chitta Shuddhi is also there then. Without knowing, without interest, just doing it is not called Pitriyajna. Even if you do 50 Shraddhas and still not knowing what the Shraddha is, without Shraddha, getting angry, shouting at everyone on that day, no Chitta Shuddhi is going to happen. Are we able to get this? Karma is one part, attitude is another part, connecting both, understanding the protocol, completely being convinced that it's a fantastic way to help me to grow, and then doing it with that attitude is only going to help. Now, Shraddha is an annual function, but there are every day when you are going to do. सोमः पितृमान् यमोऽङ्गिरस्वान् अग्निकव्यवाहनादयः ये पितरः तान् पितॄगस्तर्पयामि सर्वान् पितॄगस्तर्पयामि सर्वपितृगणागस्तर्पयामि सर्वपितृपत्नीस्तर्पयामि. In general, I'm thanking. As Swamiji says, in America also we have got Mother's Day, Father's Day. Only in India we don't have Shraddham Day. Even that day only we have to go to office. We will call the भटजी जितना जल्दी सुबह कर सकते हो 7 बजे को मुझे जाना है ऑफिस. और यूएस में वो दिन छुट्टी रहेगा मदर्स डे के लिए. क्यों? एक केक बना के लेके जाएगा मदर के लिए. दैट वी विल डू इट. समझ में आ रहा है? वी हैव टू डिसाइड व्हाट टू वैल्यू, व्हाई टू वैल्यू, हाउ टू वैल्यू, the right way, and then do it, by which we are not answerable to anyone, we are answerable to ourselves. Then Chitta Shuddhi happens. Is it clear? Why these specific things? Someone who says I will pay to orphanage, that is going to come later on. We are going to see that. Pitri Yajna is Pitri Yajna. That does not get satisfied if you pay to orphanage, old age home, or you give educational books to children, or whatever you do. Pitri Yajna doesn't get satisfied. उधर खड्डा का खड्डा ही रहेगा. समझ में आ रहा है? Is it clear? Okay. Then comes the next one, which is called as Rishi Yajna. I have the setup, I have the ability, I have the instruments, I am in this world because of there is a cause, all this I have taken. Now, having come to this world, I get certain knowledge and experience. This knowledge is given by teachers. They learn, and in our Varna Ashrama, the Brahmana's job is this: to learn, to teach. 6 jobs he has got: learning, teaching, danam, pratigrahanam, to take dana, to give dana, yajanam, yajanam, to do yajna, to become the priest for someone else who is performing the yajna. So learning, teaching, doing yajna, being the priest for someone else doing the yajna, giving danam, accepting danam. 6 jobs for Brahmana. Other than that, whatever he does is beyond the scope of prescription. Why? Only when this is done, 3 things happen: protect, preserve, propagate. Knowledge. You protect the knowledge, you preserve the knowledge, and you propagate the knowledge. There needs to be a good time given to protect the knowledge, preserve the knowledge, and propagate the knowledge. That is why Upanishads say स्वाध्याय प्रवचनाभ्यान्न प्रमतितव्यम् स्वाध्याय प्रवचनाभ्यां न अप्रमतितव्यम् देव पितृकार्याभ्यान्न प्रमतितव्यम् don't give up this deva karya pitrkarya deva yajna pitri yajna swadhyaya pravachana which is yajna cha swadhyaya pravachane cha so swadhyaya learning understanding practicing promoting preserving what is the use of learning and protecting and keeping it only with you will not it die with you then how do you preserve it only by propagating it if you have to propagate you need to have the right knowledge so you have to learn from the right teacher so all the teachers who have taught you directly indirectly who are called rishis to them I have to be thankful teachers day 5th September and the teachers day in our shastra is Shravan Purnima day which is Raksha Bandhan day Shravanyam Paurnamasyam Adhyaya Upakarma. It is called Upakarma. Why? I thank all the teachers who have taught me on that day. In Yajurveda, there are 7 rishis. In Taittiriya Samhita Yajurveda, there are 7 rishis. They are called Kanda rishis. On that day, you pray to these Kanda rishis. Prajapataye Kanda rishaye. You do homa also. Somaya Kanda rishaye. अग्नये कांड ऋषये विश्वेभ्यो देवेभ्यः कांड ऋषिभ्यः they are set of kanda rishis samhikiभ्यो देवताभ्य upanishadभ्यः who have given upanishad okay याज्ञिकीभ्यो देवताभ्य upanishadभ्यः याज्ञिकी devatas have given upanishads Yajnavalkya Rishi and others. Varunibhyo Devatabhya Upanishadbhyaha. Varuni Devata. Varuni Rishi. That is why in Taittiriya Upanishad it will come. Bhrigurvai Varunihi Varunam Pitarabupasasara. Very beautifully connected. When you tell about them and you pray up to them, then everything is connected. Okay. So, like that, you have every day, you have to pray to all the teachers and be thankful to them. And how do you be thankful to them? By doing the 3 P's protecting, preserving, promoting. You have to do it in whichever way possible. No one says you have to start a university. Teach to children at your home, neighborhood, grandchildren, whomever ऐसे ही मजा मजा में मस्ती करते हुए स्टोरी से बता के टीच देम दैट वैल्यू टीच देम द शास्त्रास टीच देम द राइट बिकॉज दैट इज व्हाट आवर knowledge system is not teaching. If our children are devoid, they're devoid of only one thing. Buddhi is going very strong, manas is going very down. Dharma will bring the manas up. Values will bring your mind up. Emotions will be stable. Otherwise, with knowledge also, if emotions are not proper, attitude is not proper, you will have pervert intelligence. Think how much each of us can do something for the and One is being thankful to the teachers. The more you are thankful, the more you appreciate what they have done. The more you appreciate, the more you feel like promoting and propagating it to others. If I benefited, let someone benefit. As how Annaji used to say, if I could benefit with yoga so much, should not the whole world? That one thought has brought how big family for GMM today. Correct? Exactly like that. It is that thought which will push. And there is nothing that you need to have a big setup or anything. See, we can make some time. Sit. Children को story बोलो, वो बोलो, बड़े लोग को बोलो. Somewhere. And then slowly it starts. Okay. So Rishi Yajnaha, which means completely praying and being thankful to the teachers. So many teachers have taught. It is the teachers alone. If those teachers were able to give their life for teaching, what to talk about those wives of the teachers, how much sacrifice they have done. Rishi Patnis, how much sacrifice they would have done. Correct? Are we ready to sacrifice even half a hour for someone else? No. I'm busy, I've got my this, everything mine. How much they've given the world? Should not we be thankful and try to do a very small portion of it? Okay, and this is what becomes Rishi Yajna. Is it clear? So we have seen Deva Yajna, we have seen Pitri Yajna, we have seen Rishi Yajna. Now it comes to all the fellow beings, people around me, my society. Because without the society, I cannot live. Simple thing. If I buy 1 kilogram of rice, I pay whatever 50, 80, 100 rupees I pay for it and bring. Are you saying only a value worth 80 or 100 of that has gone into making this 1 kg rice? Just think. If it was that true, then I will say that all the people who are earning handsome salaries take 3 months of PL, go and produce 1 kg of rice and see how much resources and energy of yours go into it. Think. So if we are getting that 1 kg of rice or whatever, 1 grain of rice, how much effort of that farmer, how much effort of all the people who have worked on that distribution system who has bought it, people who have cleaned it, so many people have put resources. Yes, they have got something as remuneration, that is okay. But is that remuneration equivalent to the effort what they have put? Do we really accept that with that? Then we should also accept that what we are getting, it is much more, right? But every year we want increments, right? So the only ways we cannot value these things by money. The only way is we have to be humble and thank with our heart to all these systems which are working. How much ever you give, please, it is very easy for pointing finger and saying how our government is working. People who go outside this country only will know the value of this country. When you go out and you see that you have no voice in many of these places, that's the time you see that what a freedom we have here. That is real freedom what we have. Yes, we are not saying it is the best country to live, that all the resources are used. Everything is there. But still, it allows everyone to voice what they want. That genuine freedom of everyone. You're not curbed. Try telling something at other places like China, some other places, Arabic countries, try. West and US now with this The testing time comes only when recession starts. That is the time we come to know how the real nature of people are. They will start killing each other for resources. The worst of the situation comes also in India, that will not happen. Because by nature, tolerance is within us. We accept each other, right? So we have to have that Manushya Yajna, which is the fourth one. This is where orphanages, your elderly people, you may donate for some schools, university, for any associations. You can go and do yourself a lot of social service work. Rotary Club, all these people are doing a lot of work. So do all, participate in that, correct? And this is called Manushya Yajna. We cannot do Manushya Yajna and call it Pitri Yajna. Same way, we cannot do Pitri Yajna. पितृ यज्ञ में वो ब्राह्मण को खाना दिया तो मनुष्य यज्ञ हुआ. नो 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 नो, यू आर फुलिश, देन यू आर सेल्फ फूलिंग. Both cannot be done. That is why in our system it has everything together. If you take one yajna which is happening, if you go there, there will be Deva Yajna part in it, there will be Pitri Yajna already there, there will be Danam which will be there, there will be Annadanam for so many people. Why? Manushya Yajna is taken care. And Manushya Yajna earlier was known by only one thing. Annadanam is the biggest danam. Annadanam Param Danam. Annam Brahmeti. Why? That is one thing. You give anything to anyone, they will always compare it and say, this could have been better by this could have, they will never be satisfied. But you give food to someone, once that person is eating, one point will come, he'll say, enough, I can't eat more. I can't think of anything more, and that's it. That is why it is considered to be the highest at that point of time. Later on, he may be hungry, but at that point of time, the satisfaction is full. That is why Annadanam is considered to be very, very high. Okay, so Annadanam, Vastradanam, Raktadanam, Samaydanam, give your time, smile danam, nothing. Instead of having some, look at people and just smile. What is wrong in telling good? Vachane ka daridrata. Very beautiful small sentence it is. Vachane ka daridrata. Why are you showing your poverty in giving good words to others? Hey, you're good, you're nice. Kitna acha hai. You're doing a great job. Why? What is the problem? Usme hamara kya jaane wala hai? Vachane ka daridrata. That itself is Manushya Yajna. You don't have to do anything big, huh? Are we able to get that? What is in this? Don't forget what is happening in all this. My individuality I am reducing. By talking great about someone, that doesn't mean you have to simply flatter and जो नहीं है वो भी बोलने का, वो नहीं करना है. जो है उसको तो बोलो. Always when someone asks, this is a very, even I do it. I'll first admit that. If food is made at home, the first thing which the lady of the house wants to know is how the food is. And we, like Prabhu, Mahatmas, great people, all these gents, normally, of course, I am considering everyone like me. Others may be much better than me. Like as though Mahanyani will say, okay. No, tell how it is. No, if something was missing, we would tell you. If we didn't tell anything, everything is good. Vachane ka daridrata. Acha tha khana bolne mein kya jata hai? And that has become a habit. Unknowingly that keeps coming every time. That's why everything is okay now. Food is good. If I didn't say anything, namak sab theek hai na. What is that to tell? समझ में आ रहा है? Are you able to get this? Simple thing. This is Manusha Yajna. Vachane ka daridrata. No harm in telling good. उधर कंजूसी मत करो. Is it clear? So Manusha Yajna can be done in so many ways. You don't need money at all for doing Manusha Yajna. In fact, for none of this, that is the beauty of it. When it comes to karma, you need resources. When it becomes yajna, no resources are required. Deva yajna, quality time to sit and pray. Someone says while driving, I will pray. Someone says while doing some other work, I will pray. It is like saying that someone has come to your house. You say, okay, I'm talking to you, but I'm also cleaning the house. How will that person feel? Will not it be insulting? Exactly like that, if you do something else at the time of puja or prayer, it is that way. So, a quality time removed for that purpose is necessary. Same way, Pitri Yajna. A quality time removed to do for Pitri Yajna. Maybe 1 minute, maybe 5 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, maybe half a day. It depends on the situation. It depends on the day. श्राद्ध का दिन रहेगा तो half a day. रोज का रहेगा तो 10 मिनट, 5 मिनट. Speaking to parents, speaking to elderly family members. How are you? How is your health? बस इतना ही है. Praying for their good health, taking care of them. Rishi Yajna, same way, our teachers who have taught us. And propagate it little. Main thing is do not forget what you have learned. That's a big thing. Once you do not forget it, then you will start propagating it. Fourth one is Manusha Yajna. Serve the society, help. Be more of a what? You have to be more of a consumer, or you have to be more of a
provider,
contributor. You contribute more than what you consume, then it becomes automatically Manusha Yajna. Correct? And fifth one is Bhuta Yajna. When you say Bhuta Yajna, for all human beings it is Manusha Yajna. Okay, another thing. In Manusha Yajna, I want to tell another one thing very clear. We, without understanding the concept, we sit in very different positions. Okay. Manushya Yajna means having that humility, empathy, compassion to all the living beings, all the human beings. Right? Next question will be, sir, you have told Manushya Yajna. So I do not believe on this jati, dharma or anything. Everyone are equal to me. This is foolish. Why? Are my 5 fingers different? Or are they same? Do they all belong to me? Do I treat the thumb finger similar to this little finger? In terms of value. But I have the same compassion and love for the little finger similar to the thumb. But I value them differently for transactional purpose, and that needs to be there. I value my head differently than my feet. But do I love my head and feet? Yes, I equally love both. Okay, never show this equality in transaction. It will never work. It is like saying, can I treat my sister, mother, and wife the same way? It will never happen because that relationship and association is different. But can I look at all the three of them as human beings in the same way? 100% it is possible. Are we able to get this? So don't mistake Manushya Yajna to be equally seeing everyone. That is at the mental level. But at transaction level, that differences will be there, need to be there, only then it will work properly. Otherwise, dharma will go off, adharma will come. I will give you a small example. This egg, it, I saw it myself and I was so touched and it was so clear that it is an act for this egg, for this particular what concept I'm saying. Transaction is at one place, bhavana is at one place. The bhavana does not supersede the transaction. Okay, we are going together in a vehicle. There is a driver in the vehicle. So it was my friend's vehicle. The friend was there, his driver was there, I was there, and some more people were there. When we are going, it was on. Then we stopped for a breakfast. Normally, what do we do? It is a very common habit. We tell that driver also, you also come and have your breakfast. You come and have lunch. Now, what options are there? The driver can sit with you on the same table with your family and be a part of your family and have everything what you are ordering. The driver can separately sit and independently order everything and you just pay the bill. These two are options, right? Yes or no? There are two options. How many people will choose the first one? Rarely. Let's be clear. Rarely people will choose the first one. And this is where I will say you should not choose the first one. Why? You are breaking dharma. You are giving value to the driver as the family member, which is not the reality. You are fooling yourself. Okay. Then he sits separately. What is the second option? He orders whatever he wants. Later on, I pay. So I've taken care of him. Yes, this discriminates. This discriminates. Huh? I have not considered him to be a part of me. Yes or no? Because I don't know, he's ordering something, he's eating something, then afterwards I pay the bill. Whatever it is, I'm not bothered. Yes or no? Am I indifferent? Is there a third way to it? And I saw the third way. And it is a beautiful way. You order everything. If you are four people together on a table, family or friends or whatever, the driver is on the other table, you order for five people, you use the same, and he also is being served the same. So he's sitting separately, but still you are having the same what he is having. At the same time, he is not part of you, so that a driver is a driver of you, but at the same time, you are not berefting him or separating him away from you. It's like your left hand and the right hand. You use the right hand for specific purpose, you use the left hand for specific purpose. Can you interchange it? Both the hands belong to you. Yes. How to maintain this balance? A very, very eye-opening way. It is not that you order for him, no, because then he is, you order everything for everyone and then you give him also. So, matlab, abhi, if the curry or the sabji is given to 4 people, it will be given to the fifth person also. Roti will be given to the 4 people, it will be given to the fifth person also. Now, do you see a union and a separation coexisting? At the principle level, it is union. At transactional level, dharma is followed by separation. Are you able to see this? Very, very subtle, but very powerful and meaningful. Is it clear? So, going to two extremes are also wrong. I do not believe on all this. Aham Brahmasmi. Then leave everything, become sannyas. Aham Brahmasmi for everyone. No, no, selectively Aham Brahmasmi for only few people. That doesn't work. No, I separate completely. Then Chitta Shuddhi will not happen. Why? Separation means individuality. So at the core, I have not separated. At the very transactional, superficial level, separation is visible. Like fingers look separated, at the core, they are all one. Is it clear? That's how dharma is also maintained. Chitta Shuddhi also can come. Other than that, either you will break the dharma or you will not get Chitta Shuddhi. How subtle is this Shastra? Just see. Because it's a very thin line and every person has to decide where it is. Kitna, otherwise it will become too much. It is only when we go to other extreme. Nahi, nahi, sab kuch bol ke one day when that maid servant leaves, that time you say, I did so much for you, you left and went. What does that mean? I gave you too much more than what you deserved. Because in the mind that union was not there, separation was there. So have union as humanity. So even if the person leaves and go, you still respect the person as a human being. Okay, didn't like my housework or whatever, left and went, but I still value you as a human being. Whenever you need, tell me, I am there to help you. समझ में आ रहा है? It's a very, very thin line, and only by exercising this, and Grihastha gives us a beautiful opportunity to exercise all this. We need to exercise it. I'm taking specially more time. Niyatam karma, one word is there. For that, we have spent 2 classes. Still, we have not completed. Bhuta Yajna is still left. Doesn't matter. Because without these, practically doing, all this Aham Brahmasmi is just an eyewash. It becomes an eyewash. Before Aham Brahmasmi, I and that other person, I have to first understand he is a Jiva, I am a Jiva. Without doing that, where is Brahman? Then comes the next class, which is the animals, trees, Bhuta. Here, this person has a mouth, can at least exercise the choice, speak out. These animals and plants cannot even express what they want. Right? So, doing something for them. And our system is so beautifully in. I mentioned this to the other class also. There is something called as Bali. For Bhutaha Bali it is. Even in that mantra it comes, Yad Bhutebhyo Balim. It is called Bali. Bali doesn't mean killing and no. Bali means feeding the lower ones. Lower ones as per Janma. So all animals, trees, other than human beings. Okay. Taking care of them. That is called Bali. And this is even today very strictly practiced in temples. If you go to temples of Kerala or any Kerala temples, even in Thane, you go to Vartak Nagar, Ayyappa temple, anywhere, you have the main Garbhagraha, the main idol is inside. and then you have that full covering. And when you come out of that covering, then there are certain places like a शिवलिंग is kept, एक ऐसा पत्थर ऐसा दो तीन इधर रखा रहेगा, अदर कॉर्नर में दो पत्थर रखा रहेगा, बाहर आएंगे तो another one स्तंभ is kept. These are all for Bali. And in a day, that agama principles are so clear, how to run the temple and how to do the pujas, that is so clear. Left to this person called human being, he is so pervert, he will वो जो एनिमल्स का भी शायद हड़प लेगा ये. इसके लिए भगवान हिमसेल्फ इज बॉट आउट. द गॉड इज बॉट आउट, and in presence of God, this Bali is put. Bhagavan is Shri and Bali, and when you join this, it is called Shri Bali. And all Tamil and Malayalam people will call it Shiveli, Shiveli, they will call it. 3 times in the temple, Shiveli is there. Shiveli means the god is taken and complete pradakshina is done. बीच में एक जगह पे ऐसे ये डालेगा, वो करेगा, 2 मिनट वापस कंटिन्यू करेगा. सबको लगता है कि पीछे प्रोसेशन है, नाच गाना करके God has come to see them. God has not at all come to see them. God has come to ensure that all the other creatures have been taken care, कि उनको उनका ड्यू देते हैं क्या. उधर डालेगा, उधर का all those insects, everyone have to eat. That is called Shri Bali. How holistic and full complete system we have. Such a beautiful system without even knowing it is happening. The purpose is being served, right? Like that in a temple you have Annadanam. The afternoon you go, there will be food for everyone, no charge. Like that Shri Bali will go on. So all these are completely there in our system. In our day-to-day also, अभी कौवे को डालते हैं रोज, पिजन को डालते हैं, उसको क्या कलर कर दिया है? My ancestors are coming and eating. Okay, but reality में कौन खा रहा है? कौवा खा रहा है. So it is Shri Bali. It is a bhuta yajna you are doing. वो पीछे स्टोरी तुमको बोला है कि यार, और वो भी क्यों डालते हैं? डर के वजह से डालते हैं. एंड दैट वॉन्ट वर्क. उससे अच्छा प्यार से पितृयज्ञ करो और प्यार से डू भूत यज्ञ. With lot of compassion do pitriyajna, with lot of compassion do bhuta yajna. Both will work. For that you don't have to do anything different. Do the same thing, but while doing it, change your attitude. What you are doing today, do the same thing, knowingly change your attitude automatically. And you know why this crow business was what? Can anyone look at a rationale behind this crow? You know, the whole logic is, earlier houses were in thatched roofs. It used to be big families. Every person minimum 1 dozen. Like that, if 3 generations are there, a township is there inside a house. उतना तो खाना भी वैसा बनेगा, बड़ा बड़ा बर्तन में. इतना बड़ा बर्तन में खाना बना तो कवरिंग के लिए कुछ नहीं रहता है. Thatched roof है. And rice, milk used to be very less only. Earlier milk सब इतना नहीं रहता था. Rice used to be there. Anything which is white will attract insects. If the lizard falls into it, the whole family will get wiped out by the lizard poison. So what they used to do, remove this rice and place it in such a place before the family eating कि कौवा आएगा नीचे, वो it will not be kept down, it will be kept in a place where your dogs, cats and all will not come. It will be birds who will come, and normally this elderly person will be sitting and his eyes will be there, कौवा खाया कि नहीं. That is why they will say, कौवा ने खा लिया, चलो अभी खाना खाते. That even now as a habit goes on, but the logic is what? अगर कौवा हाथ मुंह चोचने लगा है ना, go and check. whether the quality is okay or there is some problem in the food. That's how the whole family could have been saved. How nicely a traditional one, something to protect the family, at the same time कौवा का डालेगा तो पितृ बोल के उसको join करके little fear is bought, and that is how that injunction comes to place कि ये करो, नहीं करेगा तो problem है. Why? नहीं करेगा तो family का family उड़ जाएगा. So to bring a little fear, there is an injunction, and that injunction word is called niyatam. You have to do it. समझ में आ रहा है? So this Pancha Mahayajna is niyatam. All the karmas are niyatam. Do it. You have to do it. Nitya Naimittika karma, Pancha Mahayajna, you have to do it. Niyatam. We will see how to do it with the right attitude in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. धन्यवाद.
धन्यवाद.